Alright then, it's the next race of the ERL Championship here at Italy for the returning Adrian and Jose Luis. Very pretty clean there. Oh, but apart from Agustin and Alessio. That's Kitty. P10. And the first few rain to stop in 15 minutes. The first couple of cars are miles clear, but there is Adrian and Kitty. Oh, there's someone off. It's the Williams. It's Balestra and Felipe. Adrian as well, they're going a bit off. He's lost half of his front wing. Oh, that's 3 cars going off, and Felipe, he's lost connection. And Kitty there struggling as well. And up to 7th, that's like 4 places in 1 lap. Jose Luis now in 6th place. And that's Jose Luis passing Ardit now for 5th. Yeah, really fast man on the track now, 28 in 0. I wonder if I can catch up guys in 4th, 5th and 6th. Oh, there's a couple of people off there. Looks like quite a few battles going on across the field. It's 3rd, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6 in front of me. Oh dear, it's Ardit. I think that's Ardit anyway, and he's in the wall. He's completely buried it. And he's crashed. So we're up to 6 now then. And Jose Luis up to, in 5th there. That in 3rd and 4th. And Balestra passing Agustin for 7th. Goni now with the fastest lap of the race. 27.5. I think Goni is in 2nd place. starting to get a bit drier, I feel. And Malcolm's now been overtaken by Jose Luis for 4th place. So Malcolm had a fantastic start to the race. In the Ford Insignia, and it wouldn't surprise me if that's his Force India teammate in 3rd as well then. Clam and Malcolm. Oh, that was bad. Come on, I can catch up Malcolm now. Agustin passing Balestra down for 7th. And whoever that is in last, I think in Arda in 12th, he's a long way behind, a long, long way. So Agustin, one of the championship contenders, they're in 7th place behind me. Catching me up a little bit. 3rd and 4th having a good battle. I believe that's Clam and Jose Luis, but it might not be. Agustin now starting to catch me up a lot now. 29.4. Oh, that was wide. Fuck. And Agustin's got through. Damn, that was a bad mistake from me. Terrible, I lost, yeah, a good 1.5 seconds. But if we can both catch up Malcolm together, I'd definitely like to keep to the back of Agustin. rear tyres are really done now. Inters really don't last very long on this track. But I really have got to stay out till it starts to dry up, otherwise I'll lose a lot of time. Is that someone in the pits? Yeah, it is. Malcolm in the pits. So he's trying for that. So yeah, 29.2. I've got to keep doing times like that. Strategy helped me out in Belgium, so hopefully it can do the same again for me this time and put me ahead of Malcolm. Oh, my rear tyres are really dead. I don't know, there's no way I'm going to laugh on these. Fuck! Oh, I got no chance of getting points today then. Let's have a look at the race order. Gabry, Ugoni, Jose Luis, Plum, Agustin, Kitty, Balestra, Adrian, Alessio, Malcolm, me, Ardi, and Felipe, who's retired. Second place man in the pits. race leader into the pits. Jose Luis Vera staying out another lap. Number second. Clam still on the intermediates. He's in the pits now from third. Fourth place Kitty. He's into the pits too from the intermediates. Balestra fifth in the pits. There's Ugoni, who had already pitted. And who else is that? That's Malcolm, who's still on the inters, but he's now in fourth place behind Ugoni. Meaning he's probably a pit stop behind everyone else. But if Malcolm can get past Ugoni, that still shows that the inters are quicker than the drives at the moment. And he's going down the inside. Oh. He's not done it. The safety car's out. A humongous delay from my crash. So currently Jose Luis and Ardi with a 10-second penalty. Everyone has pitted once apart from Ardi, who's pitted twice, and Luis Vera, who's not pitted a single time. So he will be able to pit whilst the safety car's out and gain some time there. And in fact, Ardi there in last, he'll be able to unlap himself now. So let's have a look at Jose Luis Vera's pit stop. And Malcolm should also be able to pit from the intermediate tyres. And look at that. Jose Luis Vera, pitting from the safety car, has managed to get to second place and overtake Ugoni from the pits. There's Ugoni in third now. It's Agustin in fourth. He's leapfrogged Plam in the pits. There's Malcolm, who does pit. He's going on to the primes. He is hoping to not stop at any more times during the race, while most of the people on the options probably will still need one more pit stop. So this could be an interesting strategy choice here from Malcolm. He's in 9th, and there's Adrian. He's also pitting onto the options. He's in P10. And Arden P11 can catch up now from the back. So let's have a look. There's Malcolm P9. In 8th place is Alessio, my teammate in the Red Bull. In 7th place is Balestra. Alessandro Balestra from the Williams team. In 6th place is Kitty. In 5th place is Plam. There, yep, he is on the prime, so he's hoping. So it's the Force Indias. It's only the Force Indias that have tried this strategy, and Arda as well, but he's a long way behind. He's made 3 pit stops. But of all the front runners who've got a chance of some good points today, it's only the Force Indias that have gone onto the primes to try and last all the way. Now, is it possible for people to do the whole 13 laps on options? Maybe. But it's definitely a risky strategy if they go off. Let's have a look at the current race order. It is Gabry from Jose Luis on his debut. Not debut, he's returned to ERL after a season out. He's gone very wide into turn 1 there, but yes, he's in second. The 2 Ferraris of Ugoni and Agustin, 3rd and 4th place. In 5th position is Plam. Oh, who's just hit Agustin off? Oh dear. And Jose Luis in second is going very, very slowly. I don't know what's going on there, but I don't know if there were some lag issues there. It must have been, because Plam just went straight into the back of Agustin after the whole field was being very much held up by Jose Luis, who was caught up to the back of the race leader. So it'll be interesting to see if it was lag or if it was any other kind of naughty tactics there from Jose Luis. But yes, 5th is Agustin. 6th is now Kitty in the only Caterham today with Jose in the other Caterham not racing. So Brascal, Alessio 7th, and there's Alessio in P8th. In 9th place is Malcolm. Now he has just got his option tyres on, so his options are the freshest, but does that mean he can last 13 laps while the others can't last 15 laps? Now, it's going to be very interesting to see what Malcolm is going to do there in 9th place. 10th place Adrian, he's gone the same as him. He went, he pitted again onto some even newer options, so of course he could have the option to, with being at the back of the field, he wasn't going to lose any time. And there's Ardit trying very, very hard on his prime tyres to catch up to the back of the field just as the safety car is about to go in. I think the safety car's about to go in. Yep, and Gabry, who stayed very, very close to the safety car. It's probably not the ideal strategy, really. And Jose Luis is going to be right up close behind Gabry as we go into turn 1 on lap 15. And there's Ugoni. Oh, we've got a massive lockup. Oh dear. And the Ferrari, he's gone off the track. And he's going to lose a place there to Plam and Agustin, his teammate. Oh, Ugoni, what a bad mistake that was. And he's being overtaken there by Kitty as well. And now Agustin starting to lag a little bit. He's battling there with Plam in 3rd and 4th place. Oh, and Kitty's just hit him. Kitty's just hit Agustin, and Kitty and Ugoni having a bit of a little bocchino into the barriers there, and there goes Alessio now up to P4. So there is Agustin now P6. There's Kitty in P7. 7th place now. He's lost a position to Alessio, who's had a fantastic restart. Chaos is going around him, and normally the Grosjean of the league has gone up to P4. Now Malcolm, he's made up 1 place on the restart, and that's because Balestra must have had a terrible restart there, down in 9th place now. There is Adrian as well, trying to make up time in 10th, and he's being caught up by Adi then in 11th place in the McLaren. And actually Malcolm has got a 10-second penalty. The Canadian flag person, and Balestra and Kitty have both lost connection. The two, what I'm led to believe, are brothers or cousins, so it's often that they do disconnect at the same time, which is a real shame for them. But anyway, let's have a look at the race leader now. Is Gabry, and he's already got a very big lead already over Jose Luis. Gabry, who is untouchable really in this league. I'm not really sure why Gabry is still racing in this league when really he should be in one of the top pro series of some of the modern games, and he would be very, very high up there in the world of esports. So let's have a look at the race order lower down. It's Jose Luis, he's in 2nd place. He's being targeted there by Plam in 3rd. He's had a good run lately in ERL with several podiums over the last few races. And he's going to have Moto, that's Alessio behind. And looking back from behind, the 2 Ferraris having a great battle. It's not Vettel and Leclerc, it's Ugoni and Agustin, who are going to be absolutely side by side down the finish straight as we start lap 17. And Agustin's slightly lagging a little bit, his internet's not perfect today. And with the DRS, I think Agustin has managed to pass his Italian teammate into turn 1. Malcolm now in 7th place with the retirement of Kitty. And he will be looking forward to seeing if he can make sure his tyres last for the remainder of this race, to try and help his strategy go forward. He's several places behind his teammate now after having such a good start. There is Adrian, 8th place in the Lotus, who has dropped Ardit now, who maybe is struggling there with the prime tyres. But at least with the prime tyres for Ardi, he will definitely be able to go to the end of the race. And so will the guy in third place, who is Plam. But Plam is being very much caught up by Alessio, and you don't see that very often. Alessio really hauling in Plam. Now, obviously, Plam was trying to stay out for the rest of the race, so he will not have to pit again. But it's very good that Alessio is really challenging Plam now to get to the podium places, and that should be the move done for Alessio. Yep, that's up to third place. Oh, a little bit of late braking there by Alessio, but a good exit, and that should be good. And the two Ferraris still battling once again for P5 and 6. Let's have a go on board with Ugoni. He's in 5th place, and he's got Agustin looking all over the back from him. Ugoni must have overtaken him with his teammate with the help of DRS on the previous lap. And there goes Agustin, oh dear! And there's a spinning Force India there, and the two Ferraris also coming together, and it looked like Agustin went in completely sideways, and there was nothing Ugoni could really do about it. And Malcolm now up into 5th place, and he's alongside Adrian, who's absolutely side by side for 5th, and this is going to be a very good battle. And Adrian has got it. Adrian is up to 5th place, but Malcolm's got DRS in 6th position now. But he's too far back on this occasion to make a challenge. So, Malcolm now in 6th place. And, well, I wonder what's happened to the Ferrari, the other Ferrari of Agustin. There he is, he's in P7. And it'll be interesting as well about Malcolm's teammate Plam, who's lost a lot of time there. Who was battling, of course, with Alessio for 3rd. And it looks like Alessio and Plam have done what they've done in China of Umpro and have a coming together, but into the pits goes Agustin from 7th place, and he's on to a new set of options. He's hoping to go down to the end of the race, so it's an early pit stop there from Agustin, taking him out of the action, but he should be able to pump in some fast lap times now and try and get an undercut. And Jose Luis Vera is now retired from the race in 2nd place. So I don't know what's happened there. Possibly, well, I don't know what's happened there, but Alessio now up to 2nd place, and he's being hassled by Ugoni in the Ferrari, the lead Ferrari now. His teammate, who was normally the one challenging Gabry for the wins, he won last time out, remember, but this time it is his teammate in the other Ferrari. Is looking to do well in the team's championship. Ferrari currently leading it, I think, and he is now in 3rd position, and he should have DRS on this lap over Alessio. So let's see. Yep, the DRS open from Ugoni now is quite far back, but it will be interesting to see if he can get any closer to him at all on this lap. As we go into lap 20 of 27. It's still 3rd place there for Ugoni. Let's have a look at the people behind now. There's Adrian, who's in 4th position after his overtake on Malcolm. There is Malcolm in 5th position now. And in 6th and 7th, his teammate Plam, who Malcolm is kind of racing if Malcolm can get to the end at least anyway. Plam on his hard tyres, he won't be able to push as hard as he'd like on them, but he should definitely be able to get to the end of the race compared to some of the others around him. And let's have a look at the closest battle on the racetrack at the moment. That is the battle for 2nd between Alessio and Ugoni, the two Italians around Monza. Let's see. Oh, and there's someone in the gravel there at Ascari, and I think it's Adrian. I didn't see that there, but I believe that is Adrian in the Lotus. Yeah, he's got gravel all over his tyres, so he is off. And Ugoni into the pits in 3rd place in the Ferrari. So he's making his one remaining pit stop of the race on his soft tyres, And let's see where he's going to come out there. He's probably going to come out in the back. And there's Adrian now. He's going to get rid of his tyres. I've got all the gravel on. So that's both Ferraris and Adrian, who is now pitted. So Adrian falls to 8th from last place. And there is Agustin after some good lap times. 1:23.0, and that's the fastest lap of the race there from Agustin. So on his new tyres, he's been able to set the fastest lap. And he is now quite close to his Ferrari teammate. And that is going to be the battle for 6th. They might resume it again in the last 7 laps. Elsewhere, Ardit now on his prime tyres, hoping to get to the end as well. He's now up to 5th, so it looks like he'll be coming under pressure from the 2 Ferraris at some point if the Ferraris can catch up with only 6.5 laps to go now. And that means it's the 2 Force Indias who have been in the wars today, especially Plam, but they're now 3rd and 4th, and they're hoping if they can keep their tyres to the end, then it looks like they'll be racing certainly for a good podium finish. But let's see, here's Plam now in 4th place, and that's the person in 2nd place, that's Alessio then in the Red Bull 2nd place into the pits. So it'll be interesting to see if Ugoni has actually leapfrogged Alessio. So let's have a look. There's Ardit in now 4th. Here's Alessio then. That's not going to help going into the barriers there. And Ugoni, there he goes. Ugoni go past up into 5th place then for the Ferrari of Ugoni. And Alessio has lost a place then to his Italian rival. And the other Ferrari of Agustin is now chasing him as well in 6th position. But look at the humongous lead that Gabry now has. He's not pitted yet, so it looks like Gabry might be going to the end of the race there on his tyres, which should be unbelievable, really, if he can do that. Like, the amount of grip he has on the tyres, and it's unbelievable, really. And there he goes into the pits then for Gabry. He's going to do the last 5 laps of the race on new soft tyres. But he should have no problem with coming back. And yellow flag's out in Sector 2. Well, I've got no idea who. I can guess who this is going to be. I wonder if it's going to do with the Ferrari and Alessio battle. Let's have a look. And, yep. Alessio is nowhere in sight. It looks like Agustin and Alessio might have had a coming together there. And now, Alessio and Adrian will be fighting for last place. And Alessio's, yes, he's lost his front wing there, which you can see. So, perhaps it was Alessio and Ugoni, or Alessio and Agustin. But, either way, it looks like Alessio's race is really run for a competitive finishing position. Yeah, he's going to the pits then for a new front wing. So, let's have a look. Gabry, the race leader. Not really sure why he's on prime tyres. I mean, maybe he doesn't want the faster lap or something, but, I mean, we all started on inters, so we could have all gone on option, which leaves Malcolm Fu, 2nd place, and he's leading Force India 2-3 at the moment. It could be and Alessio, he's lost connection. Not really a surprise, to be quite honest with you, if he's disconnected on purpose. But yeah, Malcolm in 2nd, and his Force India teammate, their 3rd place Plam. And with only 4 laps to go, Malcolm is looking to hold on for what would be a historic podium finish here in the ERL for him. He's not far away from the race leader Gabry there, but I'm sure Gabry with his new tyres will be able to pull away from Malcolm at some point. But Malcolm himself is going to be challenged soon by his teammate on the opposite set of tyres to him in 3rd place. And unless in 3.5 laps the Ferraris can do anything about it, it looks like this has been a fantastic decision there from the Force India team to pit onto tyres that would make them do the whole rest of the race without stopping again. And it looks like they could be on for a fantastic double podium here, with them getting away now from the car in 4th place, which is Ardit. And he's going to have a mirror full of red in a minute when Goni and Agustin start chasing him down around the Italian's home circuit of Monza. Oh, and there goes Ardit, and he's crashed. He's out of the race from 4th place. So, bit of a shame there. We've lost the fight there for 4th, but hopefully the Ferraris can close in and give us a great battle for 4th, or even catch up to the battle with the Force Indias, who, with 3 laps to go, Malcolm is going to have his own teammate all over the back of his rear wing. And there is a gap. And you can see now, just coming out of turn 1 and 2 are the Ferraris. So that is a gap that the Force Indias have over their nearest competition. And they'll be looking to keep this keep this double podium. I'm sure they won't mind what order they finish the team, but for personal stakes, I'm sure Malcolm would love to finish ahead of Plam, whilst also making sure that they keep the Ferraris behind. And out of the second Lesbo comes Ugoni now, so and Plam, he has no DRS, but Malcolm hasn't had a terrible exit there because he's much closer to him there, and into Ascari, they are nose to tail, the 2 Force Indias, 2nd and 3rd place. And Plam almost alongside him as he exit the Ascari chicane, and we come along the back straight towards the Parabolica. And it looks like what's going to happen here, and oh, Malcolm and Plam very, very close then. I thought there was going to be a bit of contact there, but they just about got away with it. But who's going to have DRS here? It looks like it's Plam. It's Plam who's got DRS, so Malcolm may have the slipstream, but Plam, with his DRS, should be able to keep the position. And he does so, yes. And he might be, well, he goes straight over the chicane, but well, perhaps Malcolm's tyres really starting to go now. That was obviously the risk with taking on the option tyres, and if Malcolm's tyres starting to go, it looks like the Ferrari of Ugoni is going to get really interested in taking away that podium from Malcolm. So let's see, on board of Ugoni, a bit into the wall there at Lesmo 1. Let's go on board with him now as we come on to the final stages of the race. A nice 6th place finish, it seems, at the moment there for Adrian on his return to racing with us. And Ioni's really dropped Agustin, so he's really lost a lot of time there, but it looks like here's the main battle as we start the final lap. It looks like the main battle is going to be Malcolm and Ugoni for 3rd place. Ugoni on the newer tyres, but Ugoni is going to have the DRS. They're side by side now, and there's no, I mean, Malcolm's going to be on the outside at turn 1, but Ugoni with the DRS. Let's see, as we go into turn 1, Malcolm, no, he can't fight back, and Ugoni with a great exit there as well from turn 2. In fact, it's such a good exit, he's actually might be able to close in on Plam as well, if he can do times like he did on the previous lap. And Malcolm, that's him out of the podium positions. There's Adrian. Adrian, he's crashed now. He is retired from the race, but 6th place for him, that's some good points for him on his return. And it looks like actually it's going to be a Force India Ferrari battle now for the last half lap, because Ugoni is catching up Plam on his newer tyres and Agustin is catching up Malcolm on his newer tyres. So let's go to the battle between Agustin and Malcolm, and Agustin is going to go on the inside towards Ascari, and Malcolm squeezing him loads, and they've both crashed. And Agustin, well, he was spinning all the way back down to the hill, and Malcolm, he did everything he could to keep that 4th place, and it's worked. Gabry comes across the line though, he wins the race, but who's going to get that podium position, who's going to get second and third. It looks like it's gone the way of Plam, just about beating off Ugoni. Malcolm and Agustin both had 10-second penalty anyway. They finished 4th and 5th. And in the end, Gabry, who went onto the prime tyres, well, what I said was true. He looks like he didn't want that fastest lap, because going on the prime tyres meant he was unable to beat Agustin's time of a 1:23.0, which means 1 extra point there for Agustin for the fastest lap time there. I didn't notice that earlier. Gabry and Plam front row of the grid today. But yeah, 0.6 of a second there, separating Plam and Ugoni at the finish line. And several DNFs, some from disconnections, some for crashes. But it doesn't matter who disconnects or crashes, because at the end of the day, it's the same result almost every single week. It's Gabry, it's a Williams, it's P1 for him. And the championship leader extends his lead going into the next race of the season.